a balanced, successful life with life scenario. Why did I put a highlight on the word balance? Because we could have a successful life in our own term, but if it's not balanced, it doesn't mean anything. A lot of people could have a lot of money, they make $1 million a month, but they don't have a successful life with their families. Maybe they don't have a successful life with their own environment. So what is really a successful life in terms of Atomy, right? That's why our CEO Park, I'm sure most of us have watched the balanced life from our chairman Hangil Park whenever there's a Success Academy. And I'm sure we all have heard it from his own word, but let me tonight, I will share it in my own style, in my own language, what is a balanced, successful life with life scenario. We've seen this picture so many times during our Success Academy or seminar, or maybe your team leader, your upline, it will share about the successful life in Atomy. So during our beginning years when we are born and until like 30 years, these are the years that we are studying and prepare ourselves to succeed in life, right? So usually when we hit 30 years old, we are working to succeed. And by the time we're 60, hopefully, we could retire comfortably, right? That is our main goal in life. But this is what our chairman Park has researched in terms of the statistics. 1% out of the 100%, it means one in the 100 people, only one can make it. It means they're really, really successful. They're not just being enough, but they're rich in terms of financial, right? But the other 4%, it means 4 out of 100 people, they are financially secure. It means they're not poor and they're not rich. They're okay, stable, right? Every day they have enough food to eat. They probably have a home to live. They could probably have a car to drive, but they don't have a luxury to spend extra because they're just okay in terms of the financial. And the next 10% is they are living paycheck to paycheck. It means they have to continue working until they die to survive, right? So they mean they don't have enough saving when they were younger. Maybe they didn't do any investment or they didn't do any planning ahead for the retirement. So they have to go back to the workforce in terms of surviving, right? This is the 10%, 10 out of the 100 people. The next 15%, they already passed away. But this is the sad news. The remaining 70%, they don't have a job, they don't have money, and they don't have a house to live in, right? They live in poverty. And what's worse is if you are in this condition and then you are sick, because we are getting older, we are aging. We cannot deny that we still live in this world. So that means we are aging in terms of our health. If you're not taking supplement, if you're not taking care of your body when you're younger, of course you're gonna reap your sickness, right? You could have faith, right? You could declare that you have perfect faith, but if you smoke, if you drink, if you sleep late, if you don't exercise, of course you're gonna reap the illness down the road, right? And without money, without any job, without any house to live in, this is like living in hell on earth, right? So the homework to all of us tonight is, including myself, I'm always questioning myself, which percentage or which category am I in right now, right? If you're in the top 1%, then you're good. You shouldn't be here, right? But most of us probably either in 10%, hopefully not in 15%, or 70%. Before I met Atomy, I know that if I didn't take any decision at that time, I will be living in the 10%, right? It means I have to keep working until I die. Because first, I always spend money after I finish working, after the 2 weeks paycheck, I always finish them all, either for my car loan, either for my mortgage, either for my new cell phone, gadgets, right? Anything that I get from my work, I spend it all. I never think that I would like to invest on maybe like investment to have my own property to rent down the road. I never think about that. All I think is I get money, I spend it. If not, I spend more and I make a payment plans. That is my lifestyle before, right? So some of you probably already, okay, I'm okay with the 401k. I already prepared for my financial when I retire. Then you're in the 4%. That's fine, right? But if your answer is, I will be in the 70%, there must be something that you must do. You have to do right now, not tomorrow, not next year, right now, right? You have to make this decision that you want to change your life. Instead of going into the 70%, at least I want to go into the 4%. But the good news is all of us here who has already made the success, right, in Atomy, we are going to be in the 1%. The reason is, you know how much that we're making in Atomy? 50,000 a month. Who makes 50,000 a month? Even the president doesn't make that much, right? All I heard are they're making about 400,000 a year, right? If you're making 50,000 a month, that's like 600,000. We are richer than a president in the United States, right? So we are going to be in the 1%. So that's why when people ask me, Mike, how come your spirit never goes down? How come you're always on fire in Atomy? Although I get rejection, although I get disappointments, right? Although I get fluctuation on my Atomy journey, because I know that down the road, my end goal, my end story, that I will end up in the 1%. Not only me, my children and my grandchildren. Isn't that gonna make you, on fire all the time? I am, right? Because I know that I will be in the top 1%, including my children and my grandchildren. So being successful is not a secret. Same thing with our life. We have nature, that we have a law of nature. Just like a compass. Who created that north principle? The scientists, right? Because you cannot move where is the north on the compass. It's always the north on the compass. Even though you rotate it this, rotate it there, it's always north is north, right? It's predetermined, the law of success. Same thing with our success. It is predetermined. To succeed, you must know the law of success. That is really important to know it first before you do it. So like a farmer, when a farmer wants to have a crop at the end of the season, he has in this mind how much that he wants to crop at the end of the season, right? So he has to plan ahead before he plant the plants, right? Plant the crops. Farmer is not gonna make a guessing game. Okay, if I plant this, I'm going to reap this, how much tons of rice or corn or whatever it is, right? They already have the calculation. If I plant how much of my crop, I will end up reaping this much of the crops. So you must envision. It means you have to vividly visionize your life in your head in so much detail, like how successful your life will be. You cannot say just, I want to have a lot of money. Having a lot of money for some people is different. For homeless, $1,000, that's a lot of money, right? But for Imperial Master, maybe $1 million or $10 million is a lot of money. For for a billionaire, maybe $10 billion is a lot of money, right? So you must really envision clearly how much is a lot of money. Then you set it as a goal, right? When I started Atomy, I put $100,000 in my bank account. That is my first goal. At least I don't need to care, or I don't need to worry about paying my bills every month, right? It means my bank account will deduct by itself, right? That was my first goal. So you really have to have a clear and detailed how much do you want to achieve in your life. C.O. Park says this: before he was even rich, he was still poor, living in a $500 rented apartment. He was saying that if I ever deposited you 30,000 every month without fail, would you be lifted up in the spirit? Would you be motivated? Would you be inspired by my word? Right? Your body should feel like a feather if you know that you are getting 30,000 every month deposited to your bank account. That's what I'm feeling. Every morning when I'm waking up, I know that is my future because it's already happening right now. Every day I'm getting paid by the Atomy. Most people, they work for 2 weeks, for 30 days, just to wait for a paycheck. But in Atomy, we got paid every day. Isn't that gonna make your body feel like a feather? I do. When I wake up, I look at my office in my Atomy online apps. I'm getting paid. And then every 2 weeks, I'm getting another bonuses as a mastership bonus. Right? I don't even need to take hemohim. Right? Hemohim, it says that it could modulate your immune system, but if you know if you're getting paid every day, your immune system should be the highest, even without taking hemohim. That's what our CEO Park says, right? So you need to pay attention and always listen up to your upline leader who had done it. Not pay attention to someone who failed. We made the most mistake because we listened to the wrong people. You consult to the wrong crowd. But you should pay up your attention and listen up, at least if you don't have a successful uplines, at least to our chairman, Hangil Park. Listen to him. When I started, I didn't have an upline mentor, right, that I can look up to, that I can learn from. So what did I do? I went to CH Academy. I watched all Chairman Hangil Park videos. Why? Because I need to have his confidence. Once you have his confidence, your action will be different. We fail in Atomy not because we are lacking of skills, not because we are lacking of the knowledge of the products, not because we are not lacking of the company knowledge, not at all. We fail because we are lacking of confidence. And the second thing is we are lacking of commitment, discipline, consistency. Those are the things that we fail. But first thing first, if you have the confidence as our chairman Park, you will be like this train, just keep moving forward. Whatever puts in front of the train, you just hit it through. That is the confidence that we should all have. Right? When you attend the meetings, when you watch the seminar, Success Academy, don't do other things. Open your ears and your eyes. Listen. Listen fully. Most of us we are probably chatting to our members, to our uplines, maybe scrolling the Facebook, looking at the people's feed, in the midst of the seminar, in the midst of the meeting. Like tonight, probably some of you are cooking. Stop doing cooking. Listen, right? Open your ears. Maybe now you are scrolling your Instagram feed, Facebook feed. Stop doing that. Open your ears, wide open. Because you're going to miss a chance in Atomy if you're doing that. Because what you paint in your head will determine your attitude. Remember our Doc Woolley Imperial Master says? Attitude is everything. Right? Your attitude determines your success. We are in the same boat. We're in the same boat, right? In Atomy. It doesn't mean that my circumstances is different than yours. People who got rejected, people who got disappointed, bullied, rejected by their families. I get that too. It doesn't mean that you're special, right? Or I'm special. We're all in the same boat. The boat of rejection, the boat of disappointment, the boat of failures, right? But what made us different is our attitude. To see the circumstances differently. and keep moving forward. Our chairman always have this confidence that he was going to become the CEO of a global company. And look at this now. What rank are we in the DSN 100 company list? The 10th. We are in the 10th rank of DSN 100 company list. We are competing with Amway, Herbalife, New Skin, Tupperware. We're going to be them all. We're going to be the number one in the next probably 5 to 10 years, if not lesser than that. He was so confident that he was going to be the CEO of this global company. Although back then he wasn't. Although nobody knew about Atomy, even the company sign was only printed on the paper, but he knew that he had this kind of confidence that he will become a successful CEO of a global company. If he had that confidence, why can't we? Ask yourself, how much is your confidence level in Atomy? I even asked my they call them leaders, my downline leader. But when I asked them, do you have the confidence that you will be successful in Atomy? You know what they say? I'm not too sure, Mike. If your answer is not too sure, then yes, you're not sure you're gonna be successful 100%. But your question should be, yes, I will be successful in this Atomy business. I will become Imperial Master in this Atomy. When people ask me, I won't have that kind of confidence. I always said, I will be Imperial Master by 2028. That is always my answer until today, right? Remember when he gave the first presentation to these 17 people? He called it the crazy 17 people. You must be these crazy people. If you're not crazy enough, I'm sorry to say that you won't be successful in Atomy. You need to get called a crazy person by your peers, by your family, by your close friends. If you got called crazy, that is your first sign of success in Atomy. So when he started this Atomy business, he set up a big and decent goal. He set up this first, right? So this is what we should do. We are setting up a big and decent goal. So there are things that we need to achieve in short terms and long terms. You cannot say that I want to make 50,000 a month in a year. That's not a decent goal. Yes, it is a big goal, but that's not achievable in a year. Who makes 50,000 in a year in Atomy? Right? At least we make a goal like $300 a month, $500 a month, right? 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 as a Leaders Club member. You make decent goals in order for you to get to the big goals. That's why you need to write down all your goals, not just memorize it. Oh, I want to make 2,000 a month as an auto sales master. Write it down. When do you want to achieve it? Next year? 3 months from now? 6 months from now? Write it down. If not, you're going to forget. Even a genius person can only remember 72 hours. To be honest, most of us, we're not genius. We're just normal people. We're going to forget in 2 hours. Right? And then you should fall in love with your goal. Your goal is your motivation. You should keep your focus on your goal, not the noise, not what people say about you. People will say about your action every day, right? If your focus is straight to those noise, then your focus no longer to your goal. And how are you going to achieve it, your goals? Do you know anyone who this is? This is Imperial Master Sung Il Kim, right? This video probably like 10 years ago, right? At least maybe like 7, 8 years ago. He wasn't an Imperial Master back then. He was probably like a Royal Master. Now he's an Imperial Master. And then he made a joke. Do you think he looks smart? None of us look smart. We're not like a scientist look, right? We're just like normal people. These are the people who are successful in anime. Like all of us here in this room, right? With James. We all gonna be like him, an Imperial Master. So first what? Change your attitude. Right? If you do not change your attitude, you're not gonna go anywhere. Like that gentleman, Sung Il Kim. He was a night bus driver, but now, back then he was making 30,000 a month. Now he's making more than 50,000 a month. I heard it's more than 100,000 a month, right? From a night bus driver, now he's a successful man earning hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now millions of dollars a year. Don't you want that, right? Changing attitude will change your life. What can we do with 50,000 a month? If our chairman Park depositing 50,000 a month every month, what are we going to do? What is our life going to be? Most men, we want car. Even before I'm reaching Imperial Master, I want a new car. I've been driving my car for the past maybe 8 years. I want my new car, right? With 50,000, I can buy a new car every month, right? So say this. He said, declare what you want. When I know this principle, when I meet my friends, right? I'm not talking about COVID. I'm not talking about the politics. I'm not talking about my daytime job, about his job. I always say this to all my friends. I will go one day, I will go to the airport with my family without bringing any luggage. And then we just look at the map randomly and then we go there. Without any clothing, without any preparation, we just straight to the airport. That's what I've been saying to all my friends for the past 3.5 years. And then beginning this year, it started happening. Right? I just went to the airport, went to Florida, stayed 2 weeks, enjoy my life. So you must declare your words first before you do the action. Because we live in the culture says, you must do the action first, then you talk. But in anime, it's reverse. You have to talk first, then do the action. Right? The response is only going to be two. Either you're going to be called crazy or they're going to join you. Remember, when people say that you are crazy, that is the first sign that you are going to be successful. So I know. That's why I keep declaring this, because I want to, all my friends say that I'm crazy, which already happened. Right? So that's why I am here. That's why I am at the position where I am, because this is what I did for the past 3.5 years. And then, gentlemen, please don't have your wives do these 3 things: cooking, laundry, cleaning. Your wife is not a maid. That's what he says. That's why I've been telling my wife, quit your job. Don't work anymore. Even at our house, don't even cook. Let's go eat outside. Right? And then, beginning of this month, May the 1st, my wife quit her job. Because anime income is already beyond her income. I said, why should you be working? Enjoy with me at home. Right? You want to eat outside? Let's go outside. Right? You should treat your wife this way. Don't tell your wife to work, after work, cook, and then do laundry, and then clean the house. They're not your housemates. They are your housewives, gentlemen. Treat them nicely. And then most people are, remember that chart? 1%, 4%, 10%, and then 15% people pass away, and then 70%. How come most of us, we are ending up in the 70%? Not in the 1% or 4%. Why? This is why. Remember when we were smaller, our parents always teach us, don't spend more than what you earn. Correct? How many of you like that? Don't spend your money more than you earn. That's why we fall in the 70%. All the rich people, their income is based on how much they spend every month. Let me repeat it again. All the rich people setting their income based on their spending. Let me give you an example. How much do you spend every weekend? Maybe you take your children to see a movie, that's $50. After the movie, you're gonna eat outside, that's $100, right? So one weekend at least $200. Saturday, Sunday, it means $400. Let's say $500, right? Then times four, that's $2,000. And you have to pay your mortgage another $2,000. And then you have to buy your wife something nice every month, maybe $1,000. Let's say everything after you add it up, the bills, everything, $10,000. That's gonna be your spending. So you must work yourself until your income surpass that $10,000. Because that is the life that you want to live in, right? But most of us, we are making $2,000 and then we spend based on that $2,000. That's why most of us, we never get into that 1%. But if you set your income based on your spending first, then most of you will be in the 1%. That's why in Atomy life scenario, we have to jot down these all 8 elements I'm going to show later, how much that you're gonna be spending in all these 8 elements. Once you sum it up, you're gonna get how much that you're gonna spend in a month or in a year. Then work yourself up to that income. You understand that? If you want to spend $10,000, you need to have at least $15,000 a month income. You cannot make the same $10,000 and then you have no money at the end of the month. You gotta have an emergency fund, right? So set your spending first, then your income. Yes, right? To become wealthy, you must set your spending first. So this is your homework. After this meeting, set your spending first. Right now, how much you are spending. And then your future goals, how much that you will be spending. Then work yourself to this goal, right? Then you're going to become wealthy. Choose your work after setting, spending the objectives. It means, yes, you have to set goals. What are you going to do every day? Because yes, you want to make $20,000 a month, but all day you just watching the Korean drama, you just listening to music, you just sleeping 10 hours a day. You're not gonna get to that goals. You have to create setting objectives on daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. You have to track them down. I'm going to explain about the human life cycle. I didn't create this. I just pick it up from Google, right? Most of us, we were born as an infant and then we're gonna die. We're not in heaven yet, right? So when you're an infant under 5 years old and then you turn to a child and that's 6 to 12 years old, and then you become a teenager, adolescent, 13 to 19 years old, and then you become adult, 24 to 40, and you turn to middle age, 41 to 60, and then you turn to old age, 61 plus. So most of us, when we're still a children, right, infant, we just cry. Everything we want, we just cry, and our parents will bring whatever that we wanted, right? But when we turn into a child, then there is set of a rule that our parents impose to us, right? There's a reward and punishment. If you do this, I'm going to reward you. If you don't do this, I'm going to punish you, because we are being molded as a child. And then when we turn to adolescent or teenager age, these are the crucial year that this life will we bring into our old age. So this is our character. That's why it's really important for parents to discipline the teenager, set the boundaries, right? And then when they turn to 20, these are their prime time. That's why I make a circle here. These are the time that our prime time in our life. It means we're the healthiest, we are making most amount of money, We could be having the best job of our life, right? Our graphs, our life cycle is still going up like this, right? But what's this? When you turn 40, 41, once you pass 40 years old, most of us, I'm not saying most of us, all of us, will start going down. Our life cycle will start going down. Why? Because whatever the money that we tried to save when we were 20, 30s, right? We thought that, oh, I'm going to save up for my middle age or my old age, so I can start maybe reducing my workload. But at the end the reality is you can't, because now your teenage sons need to go to college, university, then you are using this fund to educate them for their education. Or maybe you are starting to get sick because your immune system is really low, because you are comparing your life with your friends. How come they're at 41, they already have 2 houses? I'm still living in a rent apartment. I don't even have a home. My job is a decent job. They're like a manager, director. You're comparing your life with their lives. And then you start to getting stressed out. Remember, if you stress 15 minutes, your immune system drops to an hour. If you stress for an hour, your immune system drops 24 hours. So people get sick because they don't have a good immune system, right? And then all this fun that they collected during their 20 to 40, they have to use it to gain back their health. That's why there's a saying like this. Most people sacrifice their health to get the money, but later they sacrifice their money to get back their health. That is what happened to all of them when you are in the middle age like this, right? And if you don't do anything, then your life cycle will start going down until you die, right? But the good news is there's always a choice to be made. When you're 40, when you're 20 on the prime time here, you have a choice to make that will determine your own future. Because if you do make a choice, look at the graph here. Your graph will keep going up, right? Instead of going down like this, it will keep going up because you made the choice. But most of us, including me, when I was 20, I made the wrong choice. I wasted all my life, my 20s, just playing games, staying up late in the game center. Even I sleep there, I eat there, I poo there, right? I went back home around 5 in the morning. That was my 20s. I wasted all my 20s life. My 30s, I wasted as an employee. I worked 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, working for 2 weeks, just waiting for a paycheck, working for 50 weeks just to get 2 weeks of vacation. That was what I call was a life. That's not a life, right? That's a slavery to me. Not all of you, right? To me, it was a slavery. I don't want that kind of life. That's why when I was 41, when I met Atomy, I made this choice. Yes, my graph is starting to going down like this. Yes, that is the fact. That is the reality. I know, because when I started working like 10 hours, 12 hours, my body feeling wasn't the same when I was 30. When I drove like 4 hours a day, I feel like my back is on pain, right? Because my graph is start to going down like this. Then I compare to with all my friends. Oh, he already opened his own business. I'm still working for somebody else. I don't have anything. All my paycheck is gone at the end of the month. Thankfully, by the God's grace, I made the choice in Atomy. I told myself that I will become successful in this business because I made my choice. This choice will determine my own future. So that's why when I did this business, nobody was telling me what to do in Atomy. Most of us, we are crying when our upline was not helping you, right? How come I didn't get any members from my upline? How come I didn't get any PV from my upline? This is your business. This is not your upline's business. When I did this Atomy business, nobody is entitled. I'm not entitled for anything from my upline. I'm not entitled for the knowledge. I'm not entitled for the lineage. I'm not entitled for the PVs, right? I am the one are responsible for my lineage, for my groups, for the members that I bring them in. That's my responsibility, not theirs. So if your attitude still waiting your upline to help you out, to make your success, so that means it is their choice for you to make the choice, right? But the question is it your choice to make the change? If you're like me, I made my own choice to make this change to my own life, then I will see the change, right? So if you're in this range, middle age, 41 to 60, you have your second choice. It's not too late. There's no word too late in life. It's better late than nothing, right? Even you miss the second choice, you have the third choice. This is your last choice when you are 61 plus. Because there is a saying like this, getting old is certain, but getting mature is a choice, right? We are all getting older. We're not getting younger, although we may look younger, like all of us here, right? Although we are aging, but our appearance getting younger because thanks to Absolute, thanks to the Himohim, right? So getting old is certain. We're getting grayer hair, can't deny that. But getting mature is a choice. A lot of old people are not mature. They're still like babies. They cry. When they fail in this business, they cry. How come nobody is helping? Right? How come nobody is teaching me? How come nobody is guiding me, mentoring me? Remember, this is your business. You are the one making the choice for your business, nobody else, right? If you do this, you will change your life to the better. It is a balanced life with life scenario, a successful balanced life. It means you have to live well, to love, to learn, and to contribute. Because we still a human, it means we still have flesh. Our flesh is desired to live long, healthy, and wealthy, right? What is the meaning of living long but you're not healthy? Or maybe you're healthy but you're poor. So that is not our flesh wants, right? Because we still live in this world. We cannot evade in using money. Some of people are negative about this business, said, oh Mike, you're only after money. Because money is not everything. Money is the root of evil. Stop doing what you're doing, Mike. You're doing evil things. They sound like a spiritual person, right? But they're not. Remember, money is not evil. The love of money is evil, is the root of evil. The love of money. But when you use the money to help other people, that's not evil. When you use your money for your own health, that's not evil, right? But if you put money in everything, even before God, that is evil, right? We need money in this world for everything. Yes, money is not everything, but everything needs money. We can't deny that, right? If you're poor but healthy, what is the meaning of that? You don't have a house, like I said. In the 70% of the chart, you are living homeless, moneyless, and jobless, and maybe you're sick. That's even worse, right? So we need to take care of our flesh. Then our spirit. This is our conscience. When we did wrong things, there's always like a small voice that says, that's wrong, right? And there's always, we want to love somebody because we have this spirit from God. Because spirit from God, we cannot love first ourselves, second our surrounding. We always have someone to be loved, right? That's why we have this spirit to love. And then our soul, this is our emotion. Yes, the spirit you cannot control, But the soul, our emotion, these are the things that we can control. It is our intellectual curiosity and our feelings. When you feel sad, when you feel happy, those are the reaction, right? You can control. That's why our soul always wanting to learn. And then the last thing, the environment. This is our surroundings. The desire to benefit the natural and societal environments. You are successful on how much that you are contributing to your surroundings, to your environments. You're not being successful just ripping up, piling up all the wealth to your bank account. That is not successful. How much that you give out determines how much you are successful in this balanced life. So you need to paint this in your head really clearly or vividly about your balanced life. Because a lot of people are making, like I said, making tons of money, but they don't have love, right? Or their emotion up and down, or they never contribute to their surroundings. That is not a balanced life. You must paint your balanced life in your head, and then what kind of life that you want in the future. So a lifestyle that satisfies all the four aspects that I just mentioned, right? Your flesh, your spirit, your soul, and your environment. If you satisfy all these four aspects, then you are living a balanced life. You must live well, yes, you must live healthy, wealthy, right? Healthy, it means your health is being taken care of for your loved ones, for your wife, for your spouse, for your husband, for your kids, for your parents. You must live well first for them. People who have no patience, it means they have no love in their hearts, right? When they live without patience, it means I'm just living day by day. I'm so grateful if I can survive tomorrow. You met that kind of people, right? They have no patience in this life. Their patience is just living day by day. It means they have no love in their hearts. That's what that means. You have to paint in your head your balanced life like a movie, play it over and over until it really sink into your subconscious mind. And always imagine in your heads. So, we are being given this book of magic, what I call the blue magic book, the life scenario book. How many of you have done it? Type in the chat box. If you haven't done it, type 1. I'd like to see how many people haven't done their life scenario book. Type 1 if you haven't done it. Yes, thank you. Anyone else? Don't be afraid to admit. If you haven't done it, just type 1. So at least you know what is your mistake. Right? You have to identify first before you do the fix. Yes, thank you. Anyone else? My second question. How many of you haven't revised your life scenario for the past 1 year? Type 2. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Did you know that your life scenario has to be renewed? Our CEO Park said every month or every time that you achieve one of them, you need to renew your life scenario book. You have to fill out this life scenario on those 4 elements, two points on each element. It means you're going to have 8 points over here. Then you're going to write down, I'm not going to explain in detail. You can ask your upline leaders or you could go to CS Atomy how to fill up the life scenario book. But once you fill it up, it will give you like a chart like this. This is what we call wheel of life. When your wheel of life is crooked like this, it means you are living in a not balanced life. You could be having lots of money here, but you never contribute to your environment. Then your wheel is not round. You're as the crooked. You're a wicked person. No, I'm just kidding. Right? So your wheel should be like this. A full circle. It means Your flesh is being taken care, your spirit is being taken care of, right? Your soul is being taken care, and your environment is being taken care of. So your will should be round like this. This is our goal, end goal, right? So how do you write your life scenario? Of course, you need to write it in detail. Like I said, I want a lot of money. What is a lot of money? You need to write down the number. $100,000 every month sitting in my bank. That is a lot of money for you, not for some people, right? Some people, maybe $10,000, that's a lot of money. I want a big house. What is a big house? Big house for some people already living in the 4 bedrooms. 10 bedroom is a big house to them. When you're renting, 2 bedroom is a big house to them, right? Write in detail. And then you put the dates, the due dates, when you have to achieve it. Because goals without dates, this is just a dream. But once you put the date, this becomes your goal. You need to achieve it by this date. So you have a goal. Without the date, then there's no goal, right? It's just dreaming, daydreaming. So you must put the due dates. And then establish concrete, absolute objectives. It means you have to have daily objectives, weekly objective, monthly, 6 months, a year. You have to have something that you can track, right? For the lifestyle you want to live. If you don't do this, that means you don't have any lifestyle that you want to live in. Okay, this is an example. You can take a picture of this, but you can go to online as well. So you're gonna have all these 8 points. You're gonna fill up maybe like this. Currently living in a 700-foot apartment, will move to a 1,600-foot semi-detached house with a 4 bedroom and a 2 bathroom, priced at $430,000 on 5th floor. And then in 2022, will renovate parents' house located in the city of Changwon, this is in Korea. The renovation will cost $20,000. Now you have an idea what kind of lifestyle you live in, right? This is just a house. You have a car, parents, sibling, and so on and so forth. And next is your mastership. Other than your balanced life, you need to plan your mastership in Atomy, right? If you're not a sales master, you need to write down when you want to become a sales master, Diamond Master, Sharon Rose, Star Master, and so forth until becoming Prime Master, right? It's okay, just write them down. At least you have a sense of going where you want to be in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, right? All this has to be filled in your life scenario book, either in the actual book or you can fill it up in the online account of Atomy.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.